You are now listening to the Black and Bougie podcast with your hosts, Tamia and Aaliyah.
Well, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I think I'm at the point where it's like delirious.
Yeah, same.
This week's kind of been like really long, but it's almost over. I have one more day to work this week. I'll be fine.
You gonna make it. I got the weekend. I'm so pissed, but that's okay. It's money.
Mm. I don't ever want to work both days in the weekend ever again. Like
Damn.
ever again. Like don't do like even though there's nothing going on,
Mm-hmm.
where I have nowhere to go. It's just like I just don't want to.
I've been getting it recently. Actually, not the last 2 weekends, but I do work this week and I'm not excited.
I'm sorry.
I realize right now my allergies are terrible, and one thing that was driving me insane while editing is my sniffles because I go a lot and I'm like, okay, I need to try not to do that this much of this episode, but my allergies are crazy.
It'll be okay. I feel like people understand. Well, I don't know. Some people are acting kind of crazy if you just have simple allergies right now. They're treating you like you got corona, but like
But the
you'll be okay.
sniffles are annoying to listen through. That's the thing.
Oh,
People like a nice, crisp, clear podcast, not me going. That's doing the most.
can you hear me fine?
Oh, I hear you perfectly fine. Can you hear me fine? That's the
Yeah.
question. Good.
Good news this week. Trump has corona.
Yes. I remember, I will never forget the day. You know how everyone's just like, so when Martin Luther King was assassinated, where were you? Like for like the old people. And like when
Mm-hmm.
9/11 happened, where were you? I remember the day when I woke up and the Apple News said, breaking news, Trump and Melania have coronavirus. And I said, well, that's a morning. And then I went back to sleep.
It was such a weird like thing to like see because I was just like me being me and being the person that I was like brought up to be. It's just like I don't want to be like yes and like I hope it kills him. Like that's how my brain went, but I was like I need to say that out loud.
I'm like,
And I also
Lord,
had to like
please
check
forgive
myself.
me.
Yeah, because I was just like, yo, like please, like I don't want to be that person. But I was super annoyed when I saw other people being like, we need to be I forgot the word, but TD Jakes, I follow him on Instagram. He would make like this big post about how we got to be better to each other and stuff. And I was like, you know what, you're a pastor, so like I expect this from you, but also just
Yeah.
like God is still working on my heart, and I'm assuming everybody else's heart because don't nobody, I don't care. I do not care if that man has coronavirus. Like, I'm not about to sit here and start putting in so many prayers for him. I'm not doing that.
Um,
Even though in the Bible it does say pray for your enemies, I'm like, I'm not,
he's
not
not my
him,
enemy.
not him.
He's not, no, he's somebody else's enemy. He is a outside party. Therefore,
Yeah,
who cares?
yeah. I was just like,
He got his karma, honey. That's it.
mm-hmm. That's like hopefully, well, not hopefully. I see. Let me stop because I'm still thinking about the death part about it. I need to stop
Well,
because I don't
we
want to
just
wish death
need,
on anybody.
wouldn't it be ironic if, like, right before he's supposed to get out of office, he gets he dies, like, because like he's saying he's not going to leave, so it's just like, well, unfortunately, we got you on a stretcher, that's the way you leave, and like that would be crazy. But we
That's
need
it.
him to hold on because we don't want Pence to take over for the last couple months.
No, I don't really want Pence to do that at all. But at the same time, it's just like if he did die right now and then Pence was the person, I'm assuming that's what would happen. Like Pence would just be running now as president for
Have
next
you watched the
time.
debate the other night? Was it
I
last night?
started to, and I was really triggered by how many times she had to say I'm talking, like I'm speaking. And I was just like, this is too.
Yeah.
I was like, this is too much like my life.
I
Where
would have
like
just
white
said
men
the
don't
next
respect my voice.
question. Exactly. I would have just been on to the next question. I'd be like, okay, so Kamala Harris. Meanwhile, he's just like, and I'm telling lies while I'm saying everything in a very nice tone. Like, no, I cannot. I was so over him. And I loved the way like her facial expressions throughout the whole thing like would have been me. So I'm just like, thank you for keeping it real because I would be the same way. Just like he was telling lie after lie and so eloquently, and that's why I'm terrified of him.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. We still haven't got down to the bottom of the fact that like we found that picture of him back in the day in the gay clubs.
Yes, with the nipples out.
Why ain't nobody talking about why we don't talk about that no more?
We need to get down to the bottom of it.
That's what we should have been. That's not what we should have been asking. But like I just want to know.
I'm here to ask about it.
You so for conversion camps, but
what were your favorite party drugs? Let me know. How many dicks you sucked? Let me know.
So when you hear the words top, bottom, and verse, what do you think of? What comes to mind? Like, what do you think of? Like, I would just ask some stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I'm just like,
no. No, not you. I don't really know what you think of those. I'm just saying. But yeah, what a great lighthearted way to start off this podcast today with news that Trump got coronavirus.
I'm looking into getting it in a soundboard. Sorry.
The people on the read were like, even if he doesn't die or anything like that, we just know that corona is going to make him suffer, and that's good enough for me. And I was like,
facts.
Yeah, that is good enough. It's good enough for me. So today, did you do your quizzes?
I did do my quizzes. Shout out Shan Boody. I don't know how I feel about my responses. They're not bad, but I'm still questioning them myself.
Okay, we're gonna get into it.
Let's dive on in.
Today, I decided, I feel like we talk about Shan Boody every episode somehow.
Sorry, I told you I can't drink things, right? Sorry.
I feel like we talk about Shan Boody. I feel like we've mentioned her in like every episode.
We have. I love her. You put me on to her.
Yeah, I think we talked about her the first episode we recorded, and then when like every single time we talk about her, and I feel like it's because she's played a big role in my life, just like learning about relationships. Still haven't read her book, but I am going to read it soon.
Yes.
But I know when she was doing the rollout for her book, The Game of Desire, there was like quizzes that she put up on the website, and like one of them is about your attachment style. There's your turn on triggers, your commitment style, and there's one other one I think, or maybe not. I don't know.
I think you're right. Let's see if I can quickly pull it up because I might already have it up. But keep going.
But yeah, so I took the quizzes, all of them when she first put them on her website. And like my results were different the first time I took them than like they were like the other day when I took them.
Oh, really?
And yeah, super crazy. Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about those quizzes. Yeah. It told me I did. And I was like, girl, I don't know. It doesn't seem like nobody's responding to it.
It's the wrong ones. That's why.
That's true. But the two quizzes that we're going to focus on this episode is the attachment style and your commitment style. And I think I have a list of all of them in here. Can you still hear me? Because I had to go on my
you're fine.
photos real quick. Okay. So for the commitment quiz, you answer all the questions or whatever, and then at the end of it, it tells you what like your commitment style is. And the commitment styles that she has listed that could be your answers are casual dating, serial non-committed dating, traditional monogamy, modern monogamy, being monogamish, a free relationship, an open relationship, moonlighting, or like sweet or swinging, um, some form of polyamory, and then aromantic, which means you just aren't interested in a romantic relationship.
It's like I'm a lone wolf.
And I wanted to talk about that quiz first, just to see like what are different if we have different results.
Yeah.
And then like, do you have like the description of your results or no?
Yes.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you get when you took it?
I got, what was it? Hold up. I just had it up. Free relationship.
Oh, what is that? Because I didn't get that one. So what is that one?
Oh, it says, you are DTF. By that, I don't mean down to fuck, but instead, you're down to figure it out. Your relationships may swing from monogamous to open to poly to back to monogamy. And you're down for the ride as long as it's what's best for you and your partners. Your relationship is defined by the rules. Oh, is not defined by the rules or titles you choose in the beginning, but instead by how each partner feels at the given time. You leave space for the unexpected and you trust your partners or partner can handle that responsibility as well. In order for the relationship to thrive, you must be a professional at communication and self discipline. By saying yes to a free relationship, you are saying yes to circumstances and arrangements that may not have been in before. Of course, you can opt out at any time when your partner has pushed beyond your comfort zone. But understand that since you haven't placed any restrictions on them, there is a high probability this could happen. The only thing constant in this world is change. In a free relationship, this isn't just your reality, it's your mantra. That's me.
Okay. That's crazy. I didn't get that one at all. I've taken the quiz. I've taken the quiz a bunch of times because for some reason I'm like I'm gonna skip the step to let it email it to me for some reason. And then I
Mhm.
always forget what I got and I retake the quiz. It's a lot. Anyway, so the first time I took it, I got being monogamish,
Mm.
and I don't remember what it said, but I do remember getting that because I was just like whatever. But then the
Yeah.
next time I guess I took it a second time because I was like that doesn't sound like me. And then the second time I took it, I got open relationship, and I was like, that definitely doesn't sound like me. But I was also like, I'm down to try open relationships. Like I like the idea of them.
Yeah.
Um, but that that's what I got before. But the past few times I've taken it, I've gotten modern monogamy, which is if I can
Yeah, let me know.
modern monogamy is aka a serial monogamous. So it says for
Mm.
you, when it comes to structuring your relationships, it's not out with the old and in with the new. Your values are a combination of traditional and modern concepts of coupling. This means that while you believe in exclusive words, wow,
Words are
my soul
hard.
just was like, girl, no. Let me find my way back. This means that while you believe in wow,
Maybe that
exclusivity,
word isn't
wow.
exclusively easy for you.
I figured out the other day while I was driving, I was like, "You have a thick tongue," and then I'll talk about it later. Okay. Anyway, in unwavering faithfulness, you also believe in letting go of who is holding you back, even if it means divorce. People live longer. Women are equal economic contributors, and people's values are shifting. Thus, the world is outgrowing a one size fits all concept of love. Until death do us part may not fit all of your goals/needs. You reserve to right you reserve the right to opt out of opt out if necessary, but as long as you choose to be in, you're all in. So
That
I was
sounds like
okay. That
you.
makes sense because I've never been like to death do us part, and that's never made sense to me, especially because everybody I know is like divorced. So
Yeah, if it don't work, it
I
don't
was like,
work.
that doesn't
Why
make
put
sense.
yourself through that?
Girl, apparently people want to do that with their life. I don't get it. But
Old
that was
values.
my results. And yeah, when I saw that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'm definitely that person. I don't really care to be with people. I've never been the person that's just like, I really want to be with you for the rest of my life. I would
Hmm.
like to be with you while it serves me, while it serves both of us. If I no longer
Yeah.
serve you, then we should probably break up. If you no longer serve me, we should probably break up. So that's how I felt about my results. How did you
Yeah.
feel about getting free relationship as your structure?
So I get it. Like, free relationship probably stands at this moment where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
because I know for me, I definitely would like, because there was one question where it asked you, like, how would you feel about bringing another person in? And I was kind of just like,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on where we are in our relationship and who the person is. That's what I selected.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because that's how I feel. Like, I definitely would be open to like bringing another one in to like kind of like hang out, play around with them a little bit. But like, you need to know, like, this my man. He's not going anywhere. But also, there's another question where I understood where if my man had like had a strong connection with someone and he was willing to, and he was just like, hey, yeah, I had a strong connection with someone, I'd be like, okay, see how it goes. And then we can see if like we need to break it off, or maybe I'm interested in this person, because I'm open to that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm also very much so like, but you're my man, you know? So I get the free relationship where it's just like, yeah, like you're mine solely. But if we want to kind of see what's going on out there, because I myself would be interested in seeing what's going on out there. There's someone else where I'd be like, hey, babe, like, kind of interested in this dude. How do you feel about that? And he'd be like, nah, I don't know how I feel about that. Or, yeah, like, if you want to pursue it, like, just let me know what's going on. I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, I would be open to that. So I see where my answer comes out to be that.
Do you think like in your past relationships you've been like you can see like how that do you think your past relationships were free relationships is basically what you're
No,
asking?
completely
Really?
monogamous. Yeah. But I would be the person that would be like, hey, he's hot. Hey, she's hot. What do you think? And they'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
stop talking about other people. And I'm like, but they're hot. Like, I want to know if you think they're hot or not. So I've never had someone compatible with me in that way.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it was. I think um my first. Well, no, my second relationship, which is like my least favorite one. I think that's the one that mostly goes with the whole like modern monogamous thing. Because we
Yeah.
were just kind of both of us were kind of like if while we're together, we're together, and when we're not, we're not. Even though that's not how that relationship played out, but like
Mm-hmm.
what we were discussing was for as long as we're going to be together, then like I was telling him, I was like, I'll be okay with being you for like another year, being with you for like another year or two. Like it was never like I see myself marrying you or like anything like that.
Wow, I've never been in a relationship with like that. It's always been with the intent of like we might last forever.
Yeah. So like my last relationship and then my first relationship, like marriage was like a topic. And
Mm-hmm.
my first relationship, which is the guy that I had dated when I was at VCU, for me that was just kind of like I don't want to get married, which I because I've always because every woman in my family has been divorced, it's always been like a thing where it's just like I don't really want to do that because I
Yeah.
know where it's ending. So like,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, it sounded like it was just ending. It just sounded messy. But now I get that divorce doesn't have to be messy. Um, but even if it is, I will get over it. So like now that's what headspace I'm in. But back then it was just kind of like I don't want to do that. Where he was just like I want to do that, which is still funny because that's not how you were operating throughout the relationship. But the discussions were always marriage is the end result. And then in my last relationship, it was like marriage is like the end result. Where even for me, I was kind of like, sure, like I was kind of more open to it with him, even though like now I know like that would have been like really shitty and it definitely would have ended very fastly. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it makes sense. Like, I think modern monogamous makes sense for me. And I think it's always kind of made sense for me because I never, like I said, I've never been the I want to be with you for the rest of my life type of person.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did first get open relationship, I was kind of like I was into the thought of it.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember why. I think it was just because I just feel I have a very when it comes to men and like when I'm in a relationship, for some reason, when I'm in a relationship, I am the flirtiest I've ever been with other men. Like
That's
I have no
interesting.
clue what it is. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because I feel like I have an easier like no. Like it's easy to just be like, nah, I'm good. But also
Yeah.
like sometimes I genuinely do want to explore it and that's why I'm being flirty. But it's just
Yeah.
like if it did, I think it's because if it did come up, I have an excuse to not like go out and really like explore that. But
I
then
think it okay,
go
sorry.
ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking it's the overall confidence you get from being in a relationship in general, where you're just like, yeah, like I got somebody, but like I can still bag somebody outside of it, you know?
Yeah. But then I think my last relationship with him being because I remember one day we were like just sitting in the house talking and we were talking about a video I watched of Shan Boody's where she was talking about her open relationship and we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about I was telling him about just open relationships and stuff and he was just like no, like just every time I would say anything like no, 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 no. And it wasn't me saying like we should be in an open relationship, it was just me talking about the fact that other people are in them because that's
Mm-hmm.
their business. But he was just so closed-minded to it where that's when something in me was just kind of like I kind of want to be in an open relationship but not with him. Like it's just like
Yeah,
not with
obviously
him.
he's not the right partner to do it with.
Yeah. And that's when it kind of like sparked my interest, but I just don't know if I'm like if you meet somebody, I want you to feel the freedom of being like that's something I want to explore, but you're something I still want to explore too. Like I understand that because I
Mm-hmm.
understand that people are human. Um, but I don't know if I could handle an open relationship just because I've always been taught about traditional relationships.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It would have to be something I would get used to.
I feel like I could handle an open relationship, but
Mm-hmm.
it'd be to a point where like I would have to know for sure that we're super secure. Cause I'm like, you're not gonna leave me for that girl you're talking to, right? Though you just having fun, right? Like, let me meet her. Because which is very funny that I got free relationship, but I would still like at the same time in the back of my mind I'd be like, you're not gonna leave me for her though, right? Like I'm still the main one. I don't need that happening. I'd be like, so how's the date? Am I better? All right, good. You know, I would still have to be that person. But hopefully, like we're so secure to the point where it's just like, hey, I don't need to be with anyone else. Like that's what I would want.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do find that there's someone else out there, be like, hey, I'm open to it. Let's bring her on in. But I will say, at least I can't count for. I've only dated black men, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
most black men are so against it. They're like, women shouldn't even have male friends because, like, what's the point? Most males have different alternatives, anyways. Alternative motives, there we go, anyways. So it's like, why should you even have male friends in the first place? Why are you talking to other people? Like I feel like most black men are very like straight up monogamous, at least that I've encountered. So very rarely
Mm-hmm.
would I find that they would even be open to the fact like, hey, I'm talking to other guys, or hey, I'm talking to other girls, unless they're just like dirty like that and they're talking to other girls, you know.
Yeah. I
Mm.
don't know. I haven't talked to men lately to even know how they feel about anything
Mhm.
nowadays. And I'm not also not on Twitter, so I still don't know how people feel about anything because that's where they put all their feelings at.
Yep.
So I really don't know how anybody feels about any open relationship stuff. I know on when Insecure is on, and there was like a couple up there who was in an open relationship, and the man was sleeping with another character, and he told the other character like, "Hey, we're in an open relationship. Me and my wife were in an open relationship. Everybody was like, he's lying. Like everybody was like, that's some bullshit. He's lying, da 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 da. But I'm just like, what if he's not? They never broke down the fact if he was lying or not, which kind of still bothers me about Insecure. Cause like, I don't know anything about any of this, but it kind of bothered me that everybody just automatically assumed that he was lying about it. They were like, niggas don't
Yeah.
do open relationships. Like people, that's stupid. And I'm just like, that's some people genuinely do open relationships. Like
Mm-hmm.
I understand a lot of people cheat, but like some people genuinely are just in like open relationships. I know people have a issue with what they assume that Will and Jada are in an open relationship. People hate that. Like anytime that comes up, like you're really quiet, so I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh no, I can hear you. I was thinking about what I was gonna say to that because I was just like, because you know that people low key are like speculating that Will Smith is gay. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
that one thing, but I wonder if that comes from the fact that like he's in an open relationship. But there's some people that generally just like, yeah, that nigga gay. So I don't know, but I feel like people, because like I will say my ex came to me and he was just like, so you heard about the whole like entanglement Jada had? And he's like, you're definitely a Jada in that situation because he knows
Same.
I because he knows I would be so open to just being like, hey, I'm gonna have my moment to myself. I need to figure out some stuff right now, like be back, but like we're still together. Like I'm definitely a Jada. Like I'm not gonna
The
lie.
thing is about that entanglement situation is like that's not what it was. It was just genuinely like two people who were married. They were at the point where they were separated, and they were like, "Yo,
Hmm.
fuck you. I don't want to be with you." And that was
But
the
not
one
even
of
that,
being
just like
like,
I need space. I need to figure out my shit
"Yeah."
right now. Like I really just think it was like I need to figure out my shit right now and I need to do it with
Will
somebody
said he
else.
was done with her.
Oh.
He was like done with her. I guess whatever they were going through. I think it was because mostly like we don't know these people. Let me start there. I don't know these
Yes.
people's personal life.
No.
No, don't
Not
know
from
them at
Adam
all.
to Eve. Mm-mm.
This is what I'm assuming. But I'm assuming is that
Allegedly.
because yeah, like because what Jada has talked about on her Red Table Talk so much of how like she felt like she didn't really know what was going on in her life. Just how we talk about all the time where we're just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if I want to do this thing or this thing or what I want to do. And I feel like she was stuck just like in that headspace of like, I don't know what to do. And Will Smith was like, Will Smith's headspace has always seemed like we just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because it's just gonna keep making me bigger and making me successful. I don't understand why you just don't do the same thing. I feel like that's kind of how Will's personality is or was at some point. So they constantly bumped heads because he was just like this traditional person where it's just like, if I do all of this stuff, if I work my ass off, if I do all of this, I can avoid my problems by working and making all this money.
Mm-hmm.
And Jada is just like, I have all this stuff I want to do, and I don't have all the resources to do it. I don't. Well, she does have resources, but like she's a mom. Like she still has to take care of kids. Her husband's this like superstar. Like Jada Pickett Smith is Jada Pickett Smith. Like
Mm-hmm.
we know her. Mostly Black people know her. Um,
Wasn't she in the Matrix?
I don't know. I
Yes,
remember
she
seeing it.
was.
Don't ask me that. But
She
I
was
do
in the
know a lot of
Matrix.
the white people I ask. They don't know who she is. They know her as Will Smith's wife. That's
They know
crazy
Halle
enough.
Berry, that's why. Halle Berry overshined her.
Yeah, so like they know her like that, but like us, like we know her because like we have our '90s beauties or whatever, and we all know like Jada is like our '90s, like she's one of
She
our
was in the
'90s
Matrix.
girls. Okay, I've never seen The Matrix. Maybe one day I'll watch it.
It's weird.
Yeah, I tried to start, and I was just like, I don't really get it. Like Lawrence Fishburne's talking in this weird tone, and I just didn't get it. Anyway, but she's like this person, like her career was overshadowed by his career. Like you know
Yeah.
how a lot of women they end up just having their husband. But I feel like she was at that space where she was just like, I don't know what I've been doing for the past 15 years or whatever. And I'm kind of tired. And he was probably just like, I don't understand why the F you're tired when you have all this. Like they always talk about how the house they lived in, he just told her one day, he was like, I bought this house. And she was just like, I didn't want this house. And he was like, but I just bought you this house. And she was like, but I didn't want the house. And he's just looking at her like, I got a house and we're living here. Like they always talk about that situation. And I feel like that's the dynamic of their relationship. And that caused them to split up. And while they were split up, she was probably lost. And there was this person that was there for them, there for her. And she ended up sleeping with him and having a relationship with him. And then that nigga decided to get on the internet and tell everybody they had a relationship, even though that's not our business.
That would be my look.
So yeah, I don't feel like that entanglement. That entanglement thing really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Another reason why I'm not on Twitter anymore.
Because it was like a little boy getting in grown folks' business. That's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah, and everybody just had their thoughts and opinions on her, where it's just like
exactly.
Y'all don't do anything wrong. Even what she did was not even wrong.
But it made for good content for them.
Yeah, but it's just like, why y'all like? I don't know, that entanglement mess. You just triggered me. Just a few weeks ago. I don't even remember what we were talking about anymore.
Let's see if I can backtrack.
You're good at that.
Oh, I was talking about how I was definitely Jada. Like I'm a Jada. Mm-hmm. I think that's how we started.
Yeah. I'm definitely the person that's just like, if I'm stressed out here, we gotta split up and I need to go do something else because you're stressing me out. Which is, I think that's where I was getting with all of that. It seemed like they were just stressing each other out and they needed to be apart. So anyway,
that's my problem. I used to pride myself, excuse me, in being a ride or die. Mm-hmm. And I think being a ride or die is what really tore me personally apart in my last relationship, because I was riding till I was literally like killing myself. But it's like, if there's something that I can do, I will do whatever I can to like hold on, because like I'm honestly in this relationship and I'm in this relationship for a reason. So I'm going to do whatever I can to keep it working and functioning. But I've learned at this point now that there is a point where I need to just back out. And it's when my health,
making weird noises.
You're fine.
What in the world was that, honey? Ew.
She want to say something. But that's when my heart and my mind, my spirit just really just needs to be like, hey, this is not the right place for you. It's time for you to back out, honey. And I've learned that because of my past relationship. So I'm kind of out of that, but I'm definitely, I still consider myself a ride or die. I will ride for somebody till I know it's not right for me.
Why are we dying? It's really my question. I've never understood. Like,
it's more like till death do us part. That's what I really think it means, you know?
I don't subscribe to that. I'm not riding and dying with you. I'll ride with you until the car runs out of gas.
Exactly.
But I'm not dying. We're not dying. I don't understand why we have to die, but it's fine. It's
how it should whatever.
Be. But yeah. Earlier you said something about if we're secure enough, which brings us to the other quiz that we did, which is your attachment styles. And there's 3 different ones. Oh, 4 different ones.
4, yeah.
Which is secure, anxious, preoccupied. That's together. Dismissive, avoidant, and then fearful, avoidant.
Yes, and I have explanations for all of them if you would like me to go through them.
You can do that.
Okay. So, of course, you can start with the secure attachment. And those are people that aren't possessive, nor are they dismissive. And they're capable of accepting rejection and having a little issue trusting people. So they're going to be the type of person where you want to be with, because they're going to be kind of smooth sailing. They're not going to like really fight with you. If you want to go away and take a breath, they'll let you take a breath, you know? Then you have the anxious preoccupied, and they're the people that crave intimacy. Ooh, see, there I go. But they feel doubtful that anyone will be able to truly love them. And they tend to be jealous and insecure in their connections. And they're going to be that type of person where it's just like, hey, I need to take a breather. But it's just like, you always want to take a breather. How come you won't just talk to me for a moment? We never get to finish anything. Just talk to me. I want you to talk to me. That's that type of person. Then you have the fearful avoidant. These people push people away because they fear once someone gets close to them, they will want space from them, and they are torn between fearing and craving commitment. And that kind of balances with the anxious preoccupied as well, just a tad. And then the avoidant people who avoid attachment and are extremely independent to the point that they are uncomfortable with too much intimacy. They're the kind of people who require a lot of space and a lot of time. That's the person that's just like, I can't do this. I need to step away. Give me my space. I just need to think about it. And you're just like, wait, but we were in the middle of something. No, I need to step away for a moment. Please. I can't. And they're the people where just like, please just tell me what you're thinking. It's just like, I can't. Like literally that part of me is just shut off. So that's that.
I think before I used to be avoidant. Like definitely like that. But I just had to say that because like I was gonna forget it if I didn't say it. Because in my head when you were reading, I was like, ooh, girl. I was like, that's what it was in my past relationships. But what did you get when you took the quiz?
Surprisingly, and I will say I took this twice. I took this once with what I felt, the second time with what I was about to choose, and I still got the same thing. I got secure.
Same.
Go us.
Look at us.
But you want to know something that I agree with? I started out as an avoidant person, and I think I grew from that due to my last relationship, because I was definitely the type of person where I would like, a lot of people like to say that I'm not a very emotional person, and I'm to this day I'm not a very emotional person, but I'll still come to you with my emotions. I've gotten to that point. I don't just cut it off and just like be silent. I will tell you like how I feel, even though it's really hard for me to tell you how I feel. But I would be the first person where like if we're having a fight, if you're not listening to me, or if I feel like I'm not getting anything back, I'm gonna have to cut it off and I need to walk away and breathe, just so I can not say anything that I won't regret, pretty much. So I cut myself off because I found that it's safer for me to keep things to myself than to let it out, because if I let it out, then it's easy for the next person to hurt me with what I say. So it's better for me to just keep it to myself and work through it. But overall, I can say I am secure because what another person does doesn't affect me. I can understand where they're coming from, and I will be like, okay, you do you, and I'm doing me. And I do feel secure in most of my relationships. And I was never that type of person who'd be like if someone was just talking about somebody else, I'd be like, okay, but you still with me. You're not gonna leave me. So here we go. I was never that type of person to be like, but da, 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 da. No, just like, okay, if you want to go, go. I know what I'm gonna do next. And guys hate that. They hate when they do that. So I'm just like, I know you're not gonna leave me. So next.
Yeah, before it used to be like a really big thing for me. I just really was just very insecure. I think as I get older, I get more secure in myself in general.
Beautiful.
Especially like just over this past year, I've gotten way more secure in myself. But I can definitely say in my first two relationships, I definitely was not like secure in them at all. Like, but I can tell like in my last one, I was very secure because it was just like, I don't care what you do, but also like, but in that relationship, it didn't even matter about me being secure because they weren't doing anything like too crazy or really doing anything to make me feel like I needed to. I don't know.
Put that wall up basically to be like,
Yeah,
okay,
it wasn't
now
like
I need to protect myself.
Yeah. But now I'm definitely just like whatever. Like I genuinely, it's not like I don't care. It's just
you're secure and
yeah,
how
life
you
goes
feel
on.
and what it's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And I definitely come from, nowadays, I definitely come from a more like understanding place. I learned how to empathize like really well with almost every situation. For anybody, I always try to like think about why people are like the way people are the way they are.
Nice.
Why they're handling things the way they do. So like I understand most of the time majority of the time the battle is not with me, it's with themselves. So it's like it's not my place to even step up and have an issue with anything.
Yeah.
Like that's their fight with themselves. That's their fight with God. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm the business that pays me. So
Yeah. Yes, that's my favorite line. I literally tweeted that a couple days ago. I was just like, I'm gonna go back to mind the business that pays me. I literally just said that. I love that line. But exactly. And that's why I'm like, I don't know why I was so surprised that I'm secure. But like I would say I did come from a point where I was very sorry.
why
I was
you gotta
very
be so
avoidant.
insecure? That's a really good song.
It is. But luckily, we have grown to the point where we have the most ideal way to attach to people. And that just means we won't attach to people just because we feel like we need that attachment. Because that's the problem with a lot of the other attachments. They're attaching someone because they need someone to attach to. They're just like, I feel lost. I want someone close to me because I didn't get that beforehand. And that's the really crazy thing about attachment styles is because we develop attachment styles based off of how we had our relationships with our parents and other relationships. So it's like really crazy how that kind of develops into our emotional relationships. Is that what you call them? Because they're not friendships, but like just relationships, whatever. But I will say, just based off of my past relationships, I feel like I've been like that. Like I've never felt like I needed to cling on to them or anything. I was always a person that was just like chill. Like why are we doing this? And I think because I was more of a secure person, other people were attracted to me because they needed something that was a little bit more like but I've dealt with a lot of people that weren't secure. Yeah. I'm looking for a secure relationship now. Hit me up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, how do you think, like, knowing this, like, now that we've done all the, like, we haven't done all the inner work, but we've done a lot of inner work lately.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to play a role in, like, your future relationships?
I will say, because of my past traumas, specifically in relationships, I still like, that's why I was very surprised to get secure, because I feel like getting into relationships, I have a lot of insecurities where I do push people away. Even like when I think it's going to be right, I quickly push them away because I'm just like, no, I'm not ready, because I dealt with other people. And I think that's my issue. I've taken on their energy and I still need to just like release that energy that I got from the past ones, because that's not me. Like I'm the okay one. I am okay. And that's why I need to go back and like reinforce within myself, like I'm okay and I am deserving, rather than taking on the energy of the other people that were attached to me, saying that they were not okay and that they were not deserving. And because they did put those thoughts in my mind. They would tell me, well, I'm the only one that would love you. Like why would you go anywhere else when I'm the only one that loved you? And that fucks you up in the mind. We're just like, yeah, let me stay with this person because no one else is gonna love me, just that person. But I was fine beforehand till I got into that situation where I was just like, no one else is gonna love me. So that's why I still need to be single, because I'm still shaking off that negative attachment that I brought on from the past relationships that I had. So that's where I'm at now. And once I get that and I'm back to being myself, I think I'll be perfectly fine.
Period. I really feel like now that in my future relationships, at least, hopefully there might be one day.
Same.
I feel like everything, I would just be more like willing to just let go and just kind of like not like let go, like I'm not gonna like try to make things work, but just like instead of stressing myself out about trying to make things work, I'll know more about myself to just kind of be like, well, this is it, this is over, that's cool. I know before early on, I remember telling my friend, I was talking to my friend Maria on the phone. I was talking to her about like the first guy I ever talked to, like seriously, like in ninth grade, and how like I remember I told him I loved him after he was like about to leave me. And I was like, girl, that was so stupid. Like you barely even liked the boy. I remember like thinking back, like now as I think back, like tell him to like 9 years ago, I was just like, wow, I was like so pressed. But it was because I really just I felt like I couldn't get anybody else. Like you were saying, like people were telling you they're the only person that loves you. Like even though like he wasn't saying stuff like that to me, I felt like that was the only person that would ever be there for me, because up until that point that was the only person I've ever like dealt with. I was just like, I was like, I have to keep this person in my life. Like I have to keep them in my life, even though it was just like it doesn't serve me. I just know now that as an adult I'm not there anymore, and I have like a clear mindset to just be like, okay, this is over, this is done with, and this is cool. Like there's no like, we don't have to have this bad breakup. We don't have to have like, it doesn't have to be anything. Even if it is a bad breakup, it doesn't have to be like this like big thing for me. It's like gonna take over my life and take over my emotions forever. I'll just be like secure in knowing that this was an experience. Like my results told me that I am a modern monogamous. I was not gonna always be with them forever. So I'll just be more like okay with everything. Just more content with how like life is going instead of just being fearful. I'll just be more secure.
Yeah. I feel like that's the main thing. Being fearful of what's out there, being fearful of what's beyond what you're in. Because I think that's one thing that keeps people in at least toxic relationships. You're like, well, what's going to be better than this? Like, I'm being told that this is the best I can get. So why would I branch out of this? And that's the shackles that keeps you in a toxic relationship, because you're just like, but no, like I can do better. I am better. I do deserve better. And you've just been like trained to think differently throughout years, if not months, of being in this relationship with this person. And it's hard because at the same time there's feelings and emotions involved where you might love this person, or you might really feel very strongly about this person, and that just makes it even worse and intensifies those feelings of just like, well, this is it. This is it. But you can persevere. You can get out there because you know better for yourself once you get out of that headspace of, oh yeah, this is the only person for me. No, there's plenty of fish out there in the sea, which I hate that saying. I hate that. No, there's not. There's just
Why is there
enough.
not?
There's just enough people out there in the sea.
There is
Because
plenty.
not everybody for you. And that's what people need to know. Not everybody is out there for you. There's a small pond for you, and you better take what's meant for you in that pond. But just remember, the first pickings you get in the pond that makes you feel good is not the right picking, unless it is.
That's
What I
the
think.
whole saying of there's plenty of fish in the sea. It's basically the same thing.
It's not a sea, it's a pond.
Oh yeah, girl, does it matter?
I'm mad. I got
You're
a
really
bone to
mad.
pick.
Are you really mad about that?
Yes,
That deep.
because I want somebody and I thought I had somebody, but then I let it go.
And I told you couldn't talk to me about that.
It's complicated right now too. I'm still trying to make it happen after I
Make what
dropped it
happen?
off.
Why are you trying to make that happen after you
We'll
just say
see by the
stop
end of
it?
2020. Into 2021, we'll see what's going on.
You're so. I told you just take it day by. Literally, the last has 2 episodes actually.
Yeah.
Taking it day by day.
I am taking it day by day.
No,
Meanwhile,
you're
also,
not. You're
yes, I am.
overthinking
I
it.
have a plan that I'm taking day by day to make this work for me because I know what I want. Because that's the thing. When I know what I want, I'm gonna go for it. That's the type of person I am. So
But is that what you? But do you know what you want? Do
yes.
you? Do you?
Mhm.
Okay, girl.
But I
I
also
don't know
know
what
I
I
deserve
want.
better. So we'll find out if I deserve better afterwards. We're still learning. We're still like I'm not going to say like, yeah, this is what I want now. So I'm going for what
Uh-huh.
I want to see if it works for me. If it doesn't work for me, bye. On to the next. But
Mhm.
right now I don't know if it works for me yet. So I still need to see.
Okay. That's like my voice when I'm trying to get off the phone with people. Like, okay.
We'll see. Coming soon. I have things in place. My master plan.
Thinking of a master plan. Nah,
Mm.
on mine. Shawty on my mind. Shawty like a frying pan. Lil Wayne used to be such a great rapper. I mean, I say used to be because the last album was not that
I
great.
was about to say, did
But
you listen to the last album? I
I
saw him
did
in
because
concert. He's amazing, though.
yeah, cool guy, cool guy, cool guy.
Yes, good peoples.
Has a lot of stuff to work on.
Mhm.
But cool guy, cool guy.
Good people.
Great gowns, great gowns. Do you know that meme?
Oh God, the coronas. Sorry. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Aretha Franklin,
Let me drink some water real quick.
please.
Did you see what I sent you with the throwback of the what are those videos called where they had the voiceovers? Did you watch that?
Girl, no, I didn't watch it because I was doing something. I just forgot.
Go back and watch it. I'll resend it to you. I was crying. They came out forever ago, but I remember.
Girl, I'll rewatch it. I've seen it. I can see where it's at. You don't have to resend it. I'm not gonna rewatch it right now.
Okay. All right. Um, what were we talking about?
I do want to ask, do
Yes.
you think that your results might change?
Yes.
What do you think it might change to?
My attachment, I hope it stays secure,
I
but
wasn't even talking about that.
I feel like when it comes to relationships, I feel like that might change. I like right now I'm like free, but I feel like I'm the type of person where once I'm with someone like I really, really love and I want them to be mine, I would be like more monogamish, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Because like the thing is I'm still very open to like because I always said I had this conversation with the last person I was talking to where I was just like I
Mm-hmm.
would bring someone into the bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
but they're really just like there for me. They're not really messing with my man. They're not having sex with my man. If you
That's
want to suck his
selfish.
dick, if you want to play with him, if you want to
That's
like do
selfish of
whatever,
you.
he's not having sex. She's not having sex with my man.
I don't like it.
If
Why
she
am I
like,
here?
because he was kind of making that point too. He's just like, ah, that's dirty. But I'm just like, but I'm bringing you into my room. Like,
So
you
he's
know,
the third.
is he in that case?
Girl, I don't know. I've never had one else.
Cause like I want him to be like played with and everything, but like she can watch us fuck if she wants to, if she's about that. Like I need that type of setup. Like this is my man. He's only having sex with me. But like you can do whatever you want to him, let him live his fantasy, but the dick's going inside me. I might
Oh,
cut
so
some of this
only
out
the
because it's a
dick.
little
Okay.
explicit, but
Hmm?
I feel I don't know if I should cut this out or not because it's a little explicit,
I
but
mean, listen, sweetheart. We're grown.
facts. Period.
And we were sitting here talking about relationships. I know you didn't think we weren't fucking too. We are.
But that's how I feel. Like, I'll eat her out if she wants that. Like, I'll finger her, I'll peg her or whatever. Like, if she really wants it. But like, my man, you can do what you want to him. He can do what he wants to you. But y'all not having sex, just the oral.
See, here's the thing. Like in my head, I feel like I'm down for like bringing somebody into a bedroom, but then like I'm sitting there like I'm not eating nobody's pussy. I don't really want a stranger like down there for me. I'm like, I don't really know what else there is for us to do together. So, is there even a point of you being here? Like,
yeah, that's understandable. Oh, I'm so
like,
about it.
That's just I don't think I'm just.
That's why you
I don't know. Right
monogamish.
now, I'm like maybe, but like, who knows? In the future, you know, me and my man, we could be traveling. I never have to worry about seeing this person again in my life.
No.
Sure, why not?
Well, the thing is, if I bring somebody in the room, I have to be attracted to them. I have to be attracted to them, and I have to trust them. Because I don't know what they bring it in. You know?
That's
like,
true.
Bring the papers. Let me check your papers first. What you got? You're not about to fumble anything up in here, honey. You know? That's what I got to do. Especially as my man, because then I'm going to be overprotective because I'm like, it's my man and me. Me, I don't give a fuck, but my man, we got to take a look at this. But if he's bad at, because like I feel like I would like to see him like pleasured and okay, you know, I'd be like, you like that? Yeah, that turns me on. Like I would love that.
Oh, girl. I can't even like. I don't even remember what any of that's like. Like anything. Girl, it's been so long. Was it you that I told? No, I think it was somebody else. I think it was my friend at work. I looked at her and I said, if I don't have sex tomorrow, I'm punching somebody in the face. I mean, and I said, I will punch somebody in the face every day until I have sex. She was just like, okay.
I wish I was there. No, I can still hold it, but it's not like the feeling's not there. The feelings are still there, but I can hold it.
Girl, I'm going to have to. Because like, I'll tell somebody else. I think it's because my period's here.
Yep.
My hormones and stuff all over the place.
Everywhere.
I was just like, I can't stand niggas. Like, I was like, I am tired of this. Like, I'm tired of this celibacy life, but I do not. Like, the thought of a nigga trying to talk to me right now pisses me off. So what did he? It's like, leave me the fuck alone. It's just so, I don't know. Like, I'm just all over the place right now. Hopefully it gets together, like, in like 5 days or so. So I cannot deal with where my brain is at right now.
Yeah, you'll be back together at 5 days. Mine is like beforehand. Like it's literally like the week or 2 weeks beforehand. I'm like, I need it now. What's going on? What's the problem? Why is it not in front of me at this moment? Like that's how I am. And then afterwards, I'm just like, where did that come from?
Right.
Who was she?
Who was that?
Never seen her before, but like, is she allowed here? Like that's literally how it feels.
You got racist with your like alternate personality.
Is she even allowed to be here? Like, what's her problem? Literally.
Oh, but girl, I don't know. This whole like dating and relationship stuff, especially in your early 20s, is just so much to think about because you're trying to unlearn your childhood and then you're trying to learn how to like to parent yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like you're also throwing in somebody else in there that you got to deal with, and like most of the time you're gonna grow with that person, and like you're also going to be like learning life with them and like kind of parenting each other in a way. It sounds weird, but it's kind of like how some relationships goes, where you just have to help each other out in little things and be there for each other and comfort each other.
Yeah.
It's like a lot to do in your early 20s. So like I felt like, you know, sometimes you just need to talk about everything and just ask for a little help too. Talk to your friends, even though all of us are kind of lost.
But like the thing I would say about me is like, yeah, I'm lost, but I can still get some goddamn good advice, even if I don't take my own advice. I still know what's right.
I feel like I give like really like really bad advice. Like, I don't know. Like, I genuinely just be like, I don't know what you should do. It's like, I don't know. Like, like, you have to sound like when I'm talking to you, I'm like, girl, I don't know if she should do whatever I'm saying.
You just said, don't talk to me about him anymore. And then I went ahead and still did some shit. And I was just like, but I kind of want to tell her about it, but I'm not going to tell her about it. Like,
honestly, I think it was my period because I remember I texted you about my friend getting on my nerves.
yeah.
I literally was looking at my sister. I said, I need to set boundaries with everybody because all these motherfuckers is texting me stupid shit right now. I was like, she was just looking at me like, what in the world? I really think it was my period because I was just like, I am tired of it. I don't want to hear nothing else. I was like, I am suffering over here. Nobody's asking me anything. Like, I don't know what's going on in my life.
No, but I feel you. I understand you because I'd be the same way. And like, like that was the whole reason why I was just like, I can't do this. Like with this dude, I said, I can't do this anymore. That's literally all I sent.
What did he say?
I told you he said bet. Like I was like, fuck you. Like I said I can't do this anymore. You say, bet that. I'm like, excuse me? So I put my read receipts on, or my read receipts, however you say it, because I keep them off, just so he could see that I read the message but didn't respond back. And then afterwards I said, this whole like me telling my feelings, because I'm not good at telling my feelings, and I felt so shitty after that. Because I was just like, what the fuck? And I was just like, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. And I'm like, God damn, Lee. And then he responds. And I was like, God damn, why can't he just be like a regular dude and just not respond to me? And just ghost me? Why couldn't he just ghost me? And I responded to that, and I was just like, honestly, I would have been happier if he just ghosted me and not responded back to this. So now I'm up in arms, but I'm still kind of just like, I'm pursuing this.
I don't like it.
I don't either, but like, it's kind of what I want right now, so I don't care.
Do what you gotta do.
I shouldn't be doing any of it. That's the problem. I should be waiting. But like, I'm kind of like an independent INDEPEND woman. Like, I want to just go for what I want. So
Can you spell that again for me?
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what I mean?
She got her own house. She got her own car. She got her hard. She a bad bro. Listen, I know I be doing my little playlist up here, and I be doing my little R&B songs. Those are the songs I listen to randomly. Like, not like you can see me walking in the grocery store with my headphones on. That's what I'm listening
Yes, exactly.
like
Same.
shit like that.
Same.
Child, you have any videos I have on my phone of me rapping like Wretched at songs? Like
Really?
Back Then by Mike Jones.
Send them to me, ho.
Absolutely not. Back Then by Mike Jones is like my song. So like
Mike
everywhere.
Jones.
He said, I'm paid, living late in the shade, 2 slabs in the Escalade with 4 or 5 estates. You know that I got it made. I'm a motherfucking baller. She will want a nigga now, but I ain't got the time to call her. I'm a stalling like she stalled me. Now she's trying to call me. Bitch, I'm a dog your whole ass like you dog me.
Damn.
Honestly, I've never heard poetry so good. You know what I mean?
Straight facts from the printer. Like
yeah. So it's like the way that songs like that live like rent free in my head.
Oh wow.
I hope Mike Jones is doing okay. From a Southerner to another Southerner, I love you. That accent,
Kisses,
really,
deuces.
my favorite thing. Maybe my accent could be your favorite thing. I don't know. As long as you're not married, I don't really care.
Facts.
Who cares? Also, Slim Thug, I love you too. I don't know why I just randomly got into music. Like, ugh, how did we get here? Oh, because you sung Independent.
Yeah. It's the only way I know how to spell it.
Same. Bananas. Ugh.
Ugh.
Shout out to Gwen Stefani for teaching us how to spell banana.
Bananas. There you go.
It's banana.
Bananas. When I was in cheerleading, I did a cheerleading song. Few times I've been around that track, and it's not just. I was in the first grade, and we were doing a cheer routine to Gwen Stefani. Who said that was okay?
It is okay.
It was, yeah. We killed it though. We were some cute little first graders doing our like few times I've been around that track, doing our little routine. We were killing it. Put a little step into it.
I didn't want to get. I feel like we're already into music, low key.
Yeah,
We've randomly like ended the conversation and just
it's a natural segue.
Natural segue to the music. Well, other than Gwen Stefani and Mike Jones and all those hoodlums we were just rapping, what have you been listening to?
So one thing we did say is that we were going to listen to what was put out there. And I will tell you about what was new that I liked and what was new that I disliked. You ready for it? A$AP Ferg, dislike.
Really?
There was like maybe one or two songs that I liked on that. Was not impressed. I really liked this.
Go ahead.
I really like the song with Monica.
Same. That's what I was about to say.
That was like the main song. And then there was like some where like the beats were good, but I was like, meh. If I liked Tyga, I would have liked Dennis Rodman. And then I did like Mask with Antha Pantha, whoever the hell Antha Pantha is. Shout out Antha Pantha. That was about it. And I was just like, weak. Like that's how I felt listening to A$AP Ferg, Monica.
Same. I was gonna put that on my listen suite, but then I saw another song and I was like, I don't know which one. But luckily you put it up there, so thanks. That song is really good.
Yes. And she killed it. Beat was good.
Yeah. Paradise by LL Cool J is one of my favorite songs in the world. It has A-Marie on it. It's just like one of those songs. A-Marie is just like, I know Legend. Her chicks shoot up during the summertime because I definitely like, I stream one thing in general probably every week, but like in the summertime, just songs by her, like I have to like listen to them. But that song Paradise by LL Cool J and A-Marie is like one of my favorite songs on the planet. So as soon as Monica posted a snippet on her Instagram and I heard that beat, I said I like it. I love it. I had no plans to go listen to his album because I normally don't.
Yeah.
Even though I do like A$AP Ferg, I just normally just don't go listen to like a full album.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go listen to his album.
Same.
And at first, because I was getting ready one morning, I literally listened to his album last week. Before that day when we recorded, but I was getting ready for work and I just decided to pick the song that I wanted to listen to. So of course I automatically went to Mulatto. And at first I was like, yeah, I like it. And then like I finally got like, I was at work and I listened to it through my headphones and I was like, yo, this shit is trash.
Yeah, she was good. That's about it.
Oh, obviously. Yeah. If that's one thing we can count on, is Mulatto being good. But that was like, it was not good. Like I was just like, no, I don't think I really like that. Like I thought I did. No. But I listened to Big A$AP again and I was like, yeah, I like that.
This is a bop. Yep.
Yeah. But what else?
Next thing is Savage Mode 2 with 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. An art piece. They did it again.
Absolutely.
Love them together. Love me some 21 Savage. You're honestly the type I would go for, so hit me up if you're about it. Love not secure attachment niggas, and he kind of raps about that too. I think he talks about that in R.I.P. Love, low-key, which I've been bumping. R.I.P. L-U-V. I'm like, hey, Get it. I would say my top ones. I love me some Young Nudie, and he got Snitches and Rats, which it starts out with freaking what's his name? Oh my gosh, old guy who plays God.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yes, Morgan Freeman. He puts out straight bars during this. He's just like, you know, there are snitches and there are rats. The definition of the two are different. Whatever the hell he says. But he just like, it really just sets the tone. And it's like, I want to skip through it, but I'm like, no, let me listen a little bit more. What he got to say? You know? Like, he about to really set the tone of just like this hard Metro Boomin beat with like 21 just about to like spit straight up like slobber on the beat. Like, I'm so ready for it. Let's see. So we already know I like R.I.P. L.U.V. Stepping on Niggas. I really like that too. No Op Left Behind. Said and Done. And Snitches and Rats. Like those would be my top. Did I say 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. Top 4 from that album. And I downloaded the entire album because I was like, I know I'm gonna like this shit, and I did. So I was really happy, which surprisingly, I noticed that like the top listens, I never really like completely fuck with those. I always go with the ones that there's Drake, Mr. Right Now. That's the one where he shouts out SZA, whatever. Like I like, yeah, that was dope, but like it wasn't my favorite. There's one with Young Thug. Yeah, I really like that, but it wasn't my favorite on the album. And Glock in My Lap and Running, like yeah, those were like really great, but they're still not my favorites. So those are my tops on that album. Really love Savage Mode. How about you? 2.
So I know we talked about listening to those albums and talking about them. I didn't.
Girl, listen to it. It's good.
I planned on it. I just didn't this week for some reason. And
it's okay.
Like I don't know why. I just never like went. I've heard Mr. Right Now and it's like good or whatever. Like I never expected it to be bad, so it's not like some spectacular. It's just, there's certain formulas you do with music, and Drake and 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. Like it's not gonna. Honestly, anything that Metro Boomin does, like
because Metro Boomin's kind of consistent with the sound. It's yeah.
So like I'm pretty like if I hear like a Metro Boomin tag, any of these like Atlanta producer tags, I'm probably just gonna be like, okay, it's a good song. Like it's not gonna be like a big deal for me.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like I said, 21 Savage, Drake. It's the formula. It wasn't gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Young Thug and 21 Savage, it was not gonna be bad for me.
It's gonna be flawless, regardless.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna like break my neck to go listen to it. I just know it's gonna be good when I do listen to it. What the fuck? I did listen to Bryson Tiller.
Not impressed.
Really?
It was just Bryson Tiller, personally.
It sounded exactly the same as everything else. Honestly, I was sitting there for a second and I was like, I thought I heard these songs before.
I like 2 songs.
Literally driving, I was like, am I playing the old album? And yeah, there's a song called Things Change. And for some reason, I feel like this song has been out for years. And it's probably because I feel like they sound the same. But I did really like that. Like when I heard it, I added it to my, added it to my own playlist.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay. But like, it was good driving music from when I was driving that day when I listened to it. So
yeah,
that was cute. The other night, randomly, I couldn't go to sleep, pulled up my music app, and I saw that Jay Electronica dropped something.
What?
Yeah. Girl. And then I went to it and I listened to it. I was like, oh, cool. But it sounded kind of weird, like it wasn't mastered or whatever.
Oh.
But it still sounded really good.
Yeah.
But then when I clicked on his name, I realized Jay Electronica dropped something months ago.
Oh.
And nobody said anything. Nobody said a word.
I usually keep up with the new drops and I didn't even see it.
Yeah, because he has this song called Shiny Suit Theory. And on the thing before, on the one that dropped months ago, it was just him in the dream. But
Oh,
on
the
this one that dropped,
dream.
yeah, iconic. Can't go wrong. But on this one that dropped the other day, it has Jay-Z on it. Yeah, it's super good. I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z is my favorite rapper to other people who don't know rappers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So
he should be in everyone's top 3 if you're saying like all time niggas. Like, yeah.
So like, yeah. So I listened to it, and I love Jay Electronica. He just has a flow. Like, have you ever heard "Garden" by Emily Sandé?
I want to say no.
Listen to it.
I will. I usually
Jay
save everything you
Electronica's...
tell me to listen to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so nice. Do you actually like some of it?
Yes.
Wow, look at you. You're so... You make me feel like my music taste is like validated. Because I pride myself in like having really good music taste, but then like sometimes you play stuff, people are like, yeah, the shit is trash, and you're just like, whoa.
No,
Wow,
that's
you
not
didn't attack
them.
me like that. But anyway, yeah. He has a verse on "Garden" by Emily Sandé that's like amazing. Which now that I just said that song, I'm gonna listen to it as soon as we hang up, and I'm gonna put it on my list. Even though I haven't listened to it this week, I'm just putting it up there. But his flow is just really good. Erykah Badu did a really great job with picking out her baby daddies and the way that they can rap.
She did. I want to be like that.
Same. That's like my dream life. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, she has 3 sources of incomes just from her kids, right? Because of the child support. So that's not.
If she even takes it, she seems the type of person to be like, you know, baby, I got it.
She's so mad.
Yeah.
When I just want to be in her presence, just feel
Don't
like
worry.
fall in love with her. You kind of look like her daughter.
Yes. She's beautiful.
Okay. And then I was listening to Duran Bernard. I was listening to his album. He does like not a little. There's a lot of he did a lot of background work, like backup vocals or whatever.
Yeah.
For people. He
sounds like a jazzy dude.
He sung a lot with Ari Lennox. He's literally on that little EP thing that she dropped with the remixes of songs.
What?
And I think he's on the FaceTime remix. But he has like a really great voice. I remember I like discovered him when Beyonce dropped Self-Titled, because he did a video of not Self-Titled, of Lemonade. When she dropped Lemonade, Sorry, he did a cover of it where he was like sitting on this couch like chilling, and he was like singing like really hard. Like, it was beautiful. Like, his cover of Sorry, it's like, honestly, for a while I was like, this is better than Beyonce's.
Wow.
But I discovered him from that, and then he was on this show on YouTube called The Terrell Show. I don't know if you know about that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so he was on that, and that's when like I knew like more about him. But he released an album last month, or I think he has a song called Company. That's really good. But I was listening to that. Company is a song on the list, but I was listening to that, and I went to the related artist. I saw a girl named Savannah Christina. And she has a song called Self Love. Like, as soon as I started it, at first when I looked at it, I was like, I might like this. But as soon as I started it, I was like, I like this like a lot. She kind of reminds me of gosh, who is it? It's somebody that's
Not no Snow Allegra.
Yes.
I don't know. I just had a vibe.
She reminds me of Snow Allegra and Victoria Monday.
Oh, okay.
So like, as soon as I started it, I was like, yep, this is what I like. This is the type of music I like. So I discovered her, like, that song dropped in like, that album dropped in 2019, I believe. It was like her most recent thing, so I just went and listened to it, but it was really good. Like, I listened to like Self Love was like the first thing on it, It's called Self-Care. The album is called Self-Care, actually.
Mm.
But Self-Love was the first one on it, and I listened to that, and I was like, okay, I really like that. And then I listened to like 4 other songs just like while getting ready. So I don't even know like the names of them or whatever, but I heard them and I was like, this is really good. Like none of the out of those 4 songs, I didn't hear anything where I was just like, I don't like this. So yeah, discovered somebody new.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm actually like low-key doing this, like doing the music, this like music section has like helped me discover new artists because I'm like looking for new things to listen to. Because I don't want to be generic and be like, well, my listens this week, what's Mr. Right Now? Because
Yeah,
everybody's listening this week with Mr.
exactly.
So it's like I don't want to come up here and do like that and just be like, oh well.
Like put people on.
Yeah, like I just want to like listen to new things and like discover new stuff. Like yeah, I like this.
Me too.
This podcast low-key is helping me be a better person.
That's amazing. There's a reason why this podcast came into our lives.
Period.
I do have more music to add though.
Ooh, what girl?
Okay, so I want to throw it all the way back and I'm listening to some Babyface. And it's a classic that the kids need to know. They don't already know.
Is it Whip Appeal?
Yes!
Okay.
I don't know why. Probably because I'm in my feelings. But I've been blasting that song. I'm like, you gotta whip on me. I'm like, yes! Keep on whipping on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes! Like, I am blasting it as I like speed down the road. Like, that has been my shit right now. And then I want to tell you, there's been like this like thing on Twitter right now about these 2 Spanish artists. And one of them I really rock with. And I think her name is like Gendry, but it's Yendry. And like 2 songs from her album. It's Barrio, and it's from A Colors of Encore, which I think is her like single, and Nena. Nena. Yeah. Nena and Nena. And her voice is beautiful, but like the beat is even beautifuler. Like they match each other's beauty. And I really rock with that. If you want to listen to some multicultural Hispanic Spanish music, so I think she's Spanish. Um it's like whatever she says. I'm just like, yes. But very
You know
much so.
Spanish?
I do know Spanish and I do understand Spanish. I don't speak it because I have anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes. That would be my new recommendation. There's the other girl where she's like hip to the hip hopper. I listen to that, it's straight trash. I'm not gonna recommend that to anyone. But like
That's like
if I'm like in a tampon commercial, I think it would sound good. Honestly, it would sound great in a tampon commercial.
you think you know those songs that just remind you of like commercials. My Power by it's on the Gift album, Beyonce's album from like the Lion King or whatever. Like everybody loves that song, which like I agree. Like when you listen to like the lyrics of it, it's like, yeah, they'll never take my power as a Black woman, period. They really won't.
No.
But like when I listen to it, I'm like, this is giving me Target. This is giving me Kmart. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, I am in a Target or Kmart commercial. And I feel so bad all the time. But it's just like I just
Not
can't
Kmart.
You remember Kmart used to have the Black songs on their commercials?
Yes,
It had
Kmart
this or
was the
that.
one thing holding the
Why did I say
community
this or that?
down.
It's called The Choice Is Yours. Wow. Ooh. When you say lip appeal, I have a playlist on my phone.
Yeah.
That's just like my thing or whatever. But right before Whip Appeal, Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell comes on.
Ooh.
That's my song.
Ooh.
And I mean, I will scream that song to the top of my lungs, wherever I am. Wherever. A beautiful song.
You know what song I like?
What?
I like Night and Day. And like I feel like I'm pretty sure that was like his one hit. It was
Yeah,
like a one hit
yeah,
wonder. I'll
yeah.
be
His
sure.
Quincy redid that song at some point.
He did? I'll listen to
Hmm.
it.
I don't remember liking it. I will tell you that. I don't remember liking it.
Okay, so let me not ruin my life for that. Okay, I'm good.
But I
Thank
do
you.
think it was like really cute to hear him like, redo his
Yeah,
dad's song or whatever.
do a classique.
Yes, that's a really good song. I don't listen to that song a lot, but I recognize it as a song that I love. Does
I
that
don't
make
know.
sense?
As soon as I hear the what, I'm like, yeah, let's get it. Like,
Today, I really wanted to listen to some Aaliyah, but I could
yeah,
not. Obviously, you can't just like stream all of her songs on anything because
yeah.
some stupid ass uncle got, I don't know. Anyway, I was trying to listen to it. I normally just go instead of like trying to stress myself out by finding like weird versions of her songs on my streaming services. I normally just go to like YouTube and try to listen, but that wasn't working for some reason.
Mm,
And I was just like, let's go to like a radio, like a track radio based off of like I Don't Wanna by her, which is a really good song.
yes.
And Faith Evans started playing, and as soon as I heard
Ooh.
her say this, "Your love is wonderful," I was like, you know what? As soon as I get home, sis, I'm making love. I don't know what she says. She either said I'll make it up to you or I'm making love to you. I've
Yeah.
never known that. For some reason, I never even thought about looking up the lyrics either. But as soon as I get home, it's such a beautiful song.
It is. Faith Evans. Mm.
It's so good. And then Mary J was playing.
What? They were really just laying it on you, girl.
At first, they played everything, which I mean,
Ooh,
like that's such a cute song or
it
whatever. But
is.
I just don't feel that way about anybody to really like love it like that.
Really vibe with it, yeah.
But I really do like this song. But then they play "I Can Love You," and it's just like, girl. As soon as Little Kim comes in, dipping on your ninja Honda with Tanisha and Rhonda.
Yes.
Classic Queens.
You want to know a random thing I've been listening to?
What?
Bow Wow. And it's mainly because the whole like let me hold you has been like being a thing, and I've been listening to that, and I'm like, I ain't never had nobody show me all the things that you do show me, and cause the way I feel when I'm gonna see you. Like I've been listening to that.
What a good song.
Like you, and then it's like shawty like my shawty like mine. Like I've been listening to that as
Isn't it
well.
weird that their kids has a sibling? They have the same sibling. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Wait, for real?
Yeah. So Bow Wow's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sierra's son, Baby
Yeah.
Future. Bow Wow's baby mama has a son with Future.
My head hurts already.
So like Bow Wow and Sierra's kids share a sibling.
Wow. Yeah,
It's so
celebrities, they a
crazy.
little too fucked up for me. That's
They
too
really
much
just be
going
sleeping
on.
with
They
like it's
just
just like the same circle.
exactly intertwined. They said, you got money? I got money too. Let's get it. And then they're just
As
like, oh,
regular
you got
people, we're
money?
just sitting
Yeah,
there
I got
like,
money too. Let's get it. Oh,
there's so
our
many other
babies
people
have
you could
money?
slip with.
And now can you imagine when their kids grow up and they're just like, I got a crush on you. Be like, yeah, but my daddy fucked your mama. So sorry.
Yikes.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh.
Yikes. I don't know. I don't think future kids are gonna actually like grow up really like knowing each other. So like,
But then they're gonna find out. They're gonna be like, hey, we both have thumbs that bend backwards, and I have a freckle on my left shoulder.
they're gonna
Me
know that that's
too.
their
Like,
sibling, but they're not gonna be like, Future has too many kids to get them together all the time.
yeah. Can you imagine
And
if
at
they had
that,
a family reunion? It was just his kids. Like, we don't need to bring everybody. It's just my kids. They getting together. Like what?
if Future didn't sleep, I don't know, if he didn't sleep with so many women and have kids by them, I would like to see what the hype is about. But I already know because he has so many kids with these people that he's not having protected sex. And that's just not something I would get down with him. It's like, you have all these
Yeah.
kids, you
He better
gotta
not
have
be spread
something.
nothing. I hope he takes care of himself.
I hope so. I hope. It's like ridiculous at this point because it's just like you are sleeping with everybody unprotected. And I just don't understand. It's like condoms are so cheap and you have so much money. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't either.
But I don't want to know. Like, I'm not going to ever find out. But I genuinely just want to know what the hype is about. Like, why is everybody sleeping with him?
Me too. I hope he has like a big dick. That's the only reason why. Like a big dick and he knows how to work it. That has to be why. Unless he's dishing out. There's two reasons. Big dick and he knows how to work it. Or two, he's dishing out that coin. Them dollars. He said, "Hey, I got a stack for you. You wanna fuck?" You're like, "Yeah, daddy, I'll take a stack." Boom! Pregnant. Now I got multiple stacks coming because you did that. That's the only reason why.
One song I want to add to like our regular list before like I forget is "Ho" by Janae Aiko. Happy, but like the newer one, not the one from her mixtape days.
Ooh.
Because it has the one from her mixtape days has Gucci on it and Miguel.
Yeah.
And then the one from the album has Miguel and Future. And I don't know what it is about his verse and how toxic. Like I know, like when I listen to it, I'm like, this is so toxic and trash.
Yeah.
But like when he says your friends misunderstood me when I said I was Jesus Christ, I just want you to worship me. I like what I like. I was just like, I understand that for some reason. Like I understand that feeling, like of just being like, I want my girls like not or my partner to worship me.
To be
just
all
like,
about me.
Yeah. Like I get it. Like so, Future, we talk a lot of shit. But, I hear you.
We all got a little Future in us.
Yeah.
But not like that.
Not that. But that song is really good though. When I first heard it, I was like, ew, why would you redo the one that you already have that was already so good? But eventually it grew on me and now I just love it. Especially like she does a little run in it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they were going in on Janae on Twitter recently.
I haven't seen
Didn't I tell you
any
that?
Janae.
We talked about
That's
it.
what we already talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say I haven't seen any Janae slander recently.
Because they were talking about how she got that sleepy time voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, she does, but like
I'll send you the
that's
sleep
the whole
now.
point.
And now
It's
you
like the
are asleep
whole
now.
point. Like
But don't worry, baby.
the healing crystals, like the sound bath stuff, like that's her
She's
whole
trying
thing.
to do it. That's her thing.
She's trying to heal you, and y'all are like picking on her. Ugh, stop it. I don't like that.
Get your life.
I love her. She's gotten me through a lot. Her music. But yeah, that's it, I think.
Good job. You did good.
I like the talking about the relationships and stuff.
Me too. Except I'm still not together, right? I want to be able to talk about relationships and have something good to say. I want to be like, yeah, so been in a healthy relationship for X, Y, and Z months, and I love where this is going. I would love to come back and say something like that. Except I'm like, yeah, been talking to this guy for about 2 months, and I ended it already. So we'll see where it goes.
But as we grow with the podcast, eventually we're gonna be like sitting here talking about the healthy relationships that we're in.
I hope to be like, yeah, so getting engaged has been crazy.
Yeah,
Tired,
I actually see that for us.
I don't for me, but I'm hoping
For both of us.
one day. I see it for you, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm already on the track to be a late bloomer when it comes to things like this. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be the one that's working so hard for it, but it doesn't come to me because I'm working so hard for it.
I feel that. I've always thought that about myself, but I also know that now, like, especially like this year with everything being kind of stressful as it was, I do want to just make sure I take the time out to, like, enjoy life and like being around people. I definitely want to go through like a dating thing. I've never been on like a real date where like you meet somebody and like they take you out and stuff. So I want to experience
Yeah.
that type of stuff. Um, so yeah, I still like see my career being like really important. Probably the thing that's gonna break my relationships up, but I never really want to enjoy like try to have them. At least try to start one. It'd be nice. Well,
I
this has been a
love
really great
you. Oh.
episode.
It has been a great episode. Honestly, I found this to be a very therapeutic episode.
Yes, it was really great. Shout out to Shan Boody.
Shout out. Girl, if we ever blow up and you notice us, I would love you to be on the podcast. Learn us
Same.
something.
Learn us something.
Mm-hmm.
Please, girl, please. Honestly, you're probably never gonna hear this, but I don't
Yes,
know,
you
like
will.
just
Don't say that.
okay, but just in case, like, like you like have the baby like before, like after you hear this. Or before
Yeah.
whatever. Good luck on like I hope you have an easy like labor and
Yeah.
delivery. We're gonna have put out so many prayers for you. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
for all you do for the world. And yeah. So Aaliyah,
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to the Black and Bougie podcast. We hope you listen into our previous podcast and you continue to listen to us on your favorite streaming platforms.
Period.
End of
And that's it.
story. And